Today is Thursday, April 25th, 2024. We are at the Dublin trailhead for Mount Monadnock. It's our first time going up Monadnock on this trail. It has a really large parking area. There's about a mile of sort of rough dirt road on the way in, although it wasn't anything like trying to access the Marlborough Trail, which is really rough but short. So we just had to, a sedan could get in, it's just a little tricky. And this is on the Monadnock Sunapee Greenway, so that starts or ends at the summit of Monadnock, and then it will go up to Mount Sunapee. I think it's about 20, I have to look. Oh, I don't remember. Oh, it tells you. 46. It's longer than I thought it was. Okay. 46.4 to get to Mount Sunapee. 2.2 to get to Monadnock. So Dublin Trail, I think, is one of the older trails on Monadnock, and it's considered the easiest way up. It junctions with the Marlborough Trail 0.2 of a mile from the summit at Jim's Junction. And we're actually gonna go up today to look for Megalithia, which is it's like a man-made cave, and I have been investigating it for a few years. I pinned a couple places that were potential sites, and last week I thought, why don't I look on Google Earth and see if I can find it? And sure enough, one of my pins was like almost dead on it. You can see it on Google Earth. So it's a hidden thing. People don't talk about it, so I'm not really going to talk about it. What you can find by going online is it's someplace off of Spellman. So we're going to be going down Red Spot today, which I've never gone on, so that'll be new trail. And then we're going to come up Spellman and hopefully find that cave along the way. There's also a non-man-made cave called Pumpelly Cave. I'm not sure where that is, and I don't anticipate finding it today. I have a very good idea of where Megalithia is, so I don't think we'll be wandering too much. All right, we're gonna head off. So the plan is up to the summit and then down Red Spot, then up Spellman, back up towards summit on Pumpelly, and down on Dublin. It's a little bit after 9. We are a little over a mile and a half in now, and I'd say the first 1.1 was pretty gentle, climbing through hardwoods, and then the last bit has been really nice. It's been some climbing in there, but I love this kind of feel of this elevation on Monadnock, where you're in the conifers with all this exposed rock. It's really nice. So we should be junctioning up with Marlborough Trail in about a half a mile, a little less, but got all that nice moss, ups and downs, blue skies. We've been climbing up a bit of exposed rock now for a while. The trail comes right up around here, but I don't know if you can see it. There's like rock right there. That's all part of the trail. Over here, this ridge is where Pumpelly goes. That has lots of really great views also on the way up. And then this is going to continue on like that. We're at 1.9, so we should be, that's probably the summit, almost right there. We should be junctioning with Marlborough Trail right around the corner. We are up at the summit. summit now. It's a little windy as usual. See all the graffiti, maybe. You come down. Oh, there, now I'm out of the wind. All kinds of graffiti. 360 degree views. Just looking down where white dot and white cross go.
Yep, I can see them both right there.
And Pumpelly is going to be going out that way. There's our views. Okay.
We like burned down the whole wood. Like we got 2 firefighters.
All right. So next thing is going to be Red Spot Trail. This is looking back towards the summit. This is just one of the bumps on Pumpelly. So we've come down off the summit and gone over, I don't know, 1 or 2 little bumps. And now we're at the junction with Red Spot, which is, I don't know if the sun's hitting it right, but that sign says Red Spot. And it's well marked with red spots surrounded by white. So we're gonna head down that. We just finished coming down Red Spot, and this is a really nice sign. Looks like it's brand new post. Okay, so we're gonna take Cascade Link to Spellman Trail. So it's just a little section of Cascade Link. And we haven't been on this section of Cascade Link either. So that'll be a new point 2 for us. What can I say about Red Spot? The bottom was really fast going and the top was not. So it's I don't know how much elevation we lost, but it was a lot. So we had a lot of kind of scrambling down.
About 1,200 feet.
1,200 feet, yeah, it's a lot. I know I looked at the profile and it was like go up to the summit, come almost all the way down, go up to the summit again, and then go out. So I think our total gain was supposed to be like 2,500 feet. So if we lost 1,200, yeah, that sounds about right. Alrighty. So next thing will be junctioning with Spellman, which is considered the steepest trail. We've gone up it before, and it was fun. I didn't think it was insanely steep, but I wasn't descending it, so you feel differently when you're coming down. And then we're gonna start bushwhacking part way up. We have made it to Megalithia, which I guess apparently is Pumpelly Cave because there's a sign here. It says we found it. Don't try to fix it. Don't leave stuff here. So it's man-made. There's a whole story behind it. So if you go online, you can find out about the guys who built it. I think it was built in like 1906, I believe. And there's windows. There's a fireplace back here, which they warn you not to use, although it looks like people have been using it. And the roof is not, I mean, that's man-made. So this rock is one wall. And then they constructed these other walls. So there's like some mortar. This was an existing rock. So 2 walls are part of the mountain. 2 walls are man-made, and the roof is man-made. We've got these timbers up here, and then some kind of metal. Yeah, it's metal up there. There's a log book, and the door is really heavy. Let me see if I can get it closed. Oh my goodness.
This logbook is brand new. There are 2 people in
There's
it.
only 2 people in the logbook. That is the picture that you might see online if you look this up. People posing in front of that. Yeah. And we're being circled by...
They see our launch. It's right there.
No, I think they see us. They think there shouldn't be people here. Those guys are never going to make it out.
Those people die.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is it.
I'm going to let you sign this because your handwriting's better.
Okay. Success. We are back on trail now. And you basically cut up to get on Pumpelly Trail. And I would say that was easier.
It was definitely a lot shorter.
It was, yeah, it was shorter, and it was... I thought it was more like an established herd pathy kind of feel, maybe, because you kind of were funneled into the right way to go, because there's like a cliff band, so you have to be able to get up it. As long as you could hit that coming down, it would be much easier. But you'd have to know where it is, I think. So, in any case, and it also walked along like this kind of rock stuff for quite a long way before intercepting the Pumpelly Trail. So it was definitely less bushwhacking and more walking off trail. And here's he's really close, a turkey vulture. He's lower than we are. I didn't zoom in, so it's probably not visible. All right, so the summit is right there. We're heading back up. We are on Pumpelly Trail between the junction of Spellman and Red Spot, which I think is going to be right up in there. We have a view out to Monadnock, North Pack, a bunch of peaks on the Wapak Range, and I don't know if I can see it on here. Right between, there's a bump right there. That's Mount Watatic. And this is the sarcophagus, which is a huge glacial erratic that kind of looks like it has a lid, like a sarcophagus. And John is standing next to it, so you can see how big it is. Pretty cool. Look at the size of that cairn. My goodness, they don't want you to get lost out here, I guess, huh? It's massive. Okay, so the next thing will be the junction with Red Spot, and then the Smith Summit, which is the main summit. It has a fancy name. There's a couple other little things that are named that I guess are like sub peaks, so Monte Rosa and Bald Peak, Bald Rock. I think it's Bald Rock. So Smith Summit is the main summit, and we'll be there shortly. Oh, look, that is old droppings from something that ate animals. So bobcat, I would say, but what do I know? I'm not a scat expert, but wow, here's another one. Whatever it is, they like to hang out in this area. Saw lots of rabbit droppings when we were bushwhacking, so there's plenty for them to eat around here. We're now descending Dublin Trail. We went back through the summit, still windy. And this is looking over at the peaks in southern Vermont, and then more northerly. And then right here, Mount Washington is right in the middle, way, way, way out. I don't know if it's visible on here. It's probably not. It's snow-capped, so you can see it with the naked eye and differentiate it from the other stuff around it. And then over here, kind of in the back where my right pole is Crotchet Mountain. We are approaching the parking lot, which is across the street. So come out. There's a sign. Cross the street, and it dumps you right in to the parking lot with a kiosk. And for us, it's going to be about 7 3/4 miles, but we did that bushwhack portion, which I don't know how much that ended up being. Probably about 0.6. Okay. Successful day. It was slow going, but most of that was because it was so nice. There's back at the sign for the Sunapee Greenway. Okay, we're done. So in the parking lot, they have a kiosk that has a map of the trails on Mount Monadnock. You just have to make sure you head back the right way because there are trails that approach from all different directions. You want to end up back at your car.